Oh snap, I gotta tell you guys what I have been doing. Okay, YouTube. So, it's the beginning of the year, sorta. It's like, what is it, January 23rd ish. Um, I decided that I couldn't stand my pantry any longer. It was gross. And I pulled out a couple things that were well past the due date. You know, if it's a couple weeks, whatever, right? But when you find something that's a year or two old, yeah. So all my canned goods are down there. It's a smaller shelf, easier to see, and those are fine. And of course, I canned all those. My beans, I bought a huge bag of pinto beans, so I put them in a glass jar, and then I have just a little bit that wouldn't fit in the jar, so I wanted to just sit that down there together so I remember to use the rest of the package. Every now and then I'll do soup beans. Ignore some of the canned goods, not a sponsored video by any of those means. I want you to know, though, I am very proud of my shelf here. This is what I call my baking shelf. Here, hang on. Okay, I went ahead and just moved the front things so you could see the back. So, and yes, I bake a lot, and I probably should do more YouTube videos, right? With some of the things. So, because I just made bread last night. But I have all-purpose flour, bread flour, whole wheat flour. Yes, they're all different. Don't judge. Here, turn on the light for you. So, all-purpose flour, bread flour, whole wheat flour, move the powdered sugar, self-rising flour, probably could spin that just a smidge, cake flour, and in the very back, right there, here, I'll move that, organic coconut flour. Now, I have to admit, I had a recipe, and I needed coconut flour, and I didn't own any, so I went and bought a very small bag, and it was a 32-ounce bag, and it fit perfectly in the jar. This is what we call egg replacer. I do have an egg allergy. My grandson also has an egg allergy. So if I find a recipe or a cake box and say it says 2 eggs or less, I can usually make it turn out really, really well when I use the egg replacer. So, and I've got 2 labels, one on top with the directions and one here. 1.5 teaspoons of egg replacer, 2 tablespoons of warm water. I whisk that together. I let it sit. This kind of gets a little thick, and bam, you have, and that's the recipe for like 1 egg. Now, in the back as well, we'll move a couple more things. I have condensed milk, evaporated milk, pumpkin. I found another box of this on sale, and I was so excited. This is the egg replacer. I can do a video just on the egg replacer. I know this looks really weird, but I didn't realize, I didn't realize that I had that many boxes of Arm & Hammer, but I'm going to put 2 in the refrigerator, so it'll be fine. I also have my cooking sprays here, not a sponsored video. Olive oil, mustard shouldn't be there, and a couple other things, right? Yeast, Jiffy mix, some cookie things, that type of thing. Up here I have a little bit more. I have my Pampered Chef oil sprayer. I have corn syrup, molasses, apple cider vinegar, a little bit more olive oil. I have a great big jug of olive oil, and then I just keep these little ones and I just pour into it. Okay, put everything back that was in front of all of mine. And usually what I'll do is I'll just take a few of these out and either put them on another shelf or behind me here in the kitchen if I need to grab something else. Because then I have a airtight container of sugar, powdered sugar, light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, cornstarch, and 2 different types of cooking spray, one for the grill, one not for the grill. Again, not a sponsored video, so don't look at the brand name. It's just what I happen to have. Over here, and technically the mustard will go up there. Up here I have some more baking mixes, a little bit of different rice, some drink mix for the kids, some bagel crisp. I have a bag open of chips, a couple of things of cereal, dog treats, My dog is spoiled. Up here I have other glass things, sweet and sour sauces, some jam I made, just a little bit of everything else. Some more nuts are back there. Some more cereal, and that's only because Ed's cereal wouldn't fit down here because the container. My little cereal breakfast things, cups of rice, chicken. I like raisins, some granola, some jam. All of my bags and cling wrap. Unfortunately, I had to move the aluminum foil because the boxes were longer, and every time I tried to get a box out of either the cling wrap or parchment paper or storage bags, all that stuff kept falling on my face because of aluminum foil. So the aluminum foil went higher. I don't use it as often. I use a pair of tongs to get a lot of stuff down if I don't get my stool out. I have a stool in almost every room of the house. I have a storage container there, and I had some unopened marshmallow packages for if I make like Rice Krispie treats or whatever. So, and those aren't sticky or icky or old, because even if you don't open those bags, marshmallows just do get old. Some extra bread flour. And I go to Kroger to buy all of my spaghetti because it is not made on an equipment that has egg on the equipment. So yeah, there's that, because I do have a food allergy and I do have to worry about like equipment and that type of thing. I bought a great big container of rice, so I have some rice there, and of course a bunch of Jell-O, pudding, and Jell-O, for jigglers and things like that the grandkids like. So I actually threw away almost 2 trash can fulls, the small trash can with the little small 20-gallon bag or whatever it is, 30-gallon bag of food that was expired or out of date or was going to be out of date prior to. Oh, I also put my oats in an airtight container. I don't put the date of like the oats if I put it into a glass container, because A, they're not going to get stale, and B, you don't have to worry about bugs or anything like that. I use that to make soap. Long story. So what I do here, I live in Indiana, and you have to worry about, especially with flour, all the flowers are in the back, unfortunately, you have to worry about like mites. It's just like a little black bug. They say when you buy a bag of flour, you could put it in the freezer, and if there were any mites in it in transit or when it's in a warehouse or at the store, it would kill the mites before they hatched. Sounds gross. And if I'm wrong, feel free to nicely tell me I'm wrong, but I say nicely because if you don't do it nicely, then I'll probably delete it. But because we should all be nice to each other. But you do, if you go through your sugar, your flours, even your powdered sugar, and you start seeing these little teeny black specks, then that's a mite. It's a flour mite. And you just want to go ahead and throw that away. It's not going to be good because it's a bug. So if you've ever got into a thing of flour and you found these little black spots, sometimes if you find one, it's whatever, it could just be lint or I don't know, right? But if you find a couple here, a couple there, it's probably what we call I call it a flour mite, and it's a bug. Throw away, buy a whole new bag. So and I'm going to go up here. So with the bread flour, that did not fit in my airtight container back there. Yeah, back there for the bread flour container. So I put it in a Ziploc bag, made sure it was airtight, squeezed the extra air out of it, and bam, you don't have to worry about it. So I like to store all of my things in airtight containers, my cornstarch, my brown sugars. Brown sugar, I also have what we call a brown sugar keeper in there. I can do a quick video on that because you guys might want to know what those little things are inside the brown sugar. Those keep your brown sugar from getting hard and chunked up and you feeling like you have to take a steak knife to cut a piece of brown sugar off to try to cook with it. Because unfortunately your brown sugar I'll do a video on that for you real quick. So anyway, this video is getting ready to be 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. this is my pantry. I did tell Ed we need to put some trim down. I may or may not do another video on that. There it is. I cleaned it, redid it, fixed everything, put it all nice and neat. It was a hot mess. I should have done it before and after. I didn't even think about it. But now I have room for some new stuff, right? That's not going to be out of date. So, and of course, as the weather starts to warm up, the grandkids will be here more. And of course, I'll have more snacks for them. So, gotta go, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great one. Hope you like my pantry. Now, go and clean out your cabinets and your pantry and throw away your old food that's a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old if you're one of those people, because you'll feel so much better. Okay, have a great one. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Help me grow my channel. Bye.